The St Vincent de Paul Society in the NT works tirelessly for those who are homeless or needing assistance. Dale and Cam were homeless and spent time living rough on Darwin's Esplanade and visited Ozanen House, Vinnies' outreach centre that provides food, clothes, showers and support services to homeless people before moving to Bakita Centre, our hostel for men in Coconut Grove that helps them transition out of homelessness. With Vinnie's Kitchen using a lot of donated food, providing meals for those in the hostel and on the street.
Before I became homeless, depends whereabouts we're looking, but at one stage I was doing quite well for myself. I've had four businesses, owned a house but lost my house.
It was pretty good. I had a wife, had my own house, so it wasn't too bad. It was pretty good getting there.
I became homeless through really a series of events. I guess it started when I left my first business. And from there it was like a giant chess game, and I lost at every turn really, and fate conspired against me, and eventually I ended up homeless.
I split up with my missus and all started from there really. All went downhill, started drinking and then ended up in the streets in the long grass.
Life on the streets is very carefree. Just one meal to the next, and focus on your routine.
The dry season's not too bad, it's pretty good. It does get a bit cold, but the wet seasons you're always looking around for the clouds to come in, and then you start looking for shelter. And by the time you find shelter, you'll find most other people are already there, so you're off looking for another spot.
Putting socks over your hands to stop mosquitoes biting and so on. A little bit of mosquito repellent or something like this could be of assistance. Having a head mosquito net.
There was always about 4 or 5 of us in the group, so it was pretty safe that way.
And so on. So I was fairly healthy compared with a lot of other people on the streets. And basic things like keeping away from drugs and alcohol.
I think a lot of it's peer pressure, because 98% of the people that are out on the streets do use the alcohol and the drugs, and a lot of it's because I think you're hanging around with them, you see it, you just try it and you use it, and I presume.
On the streets, yeah, there were good people that you enjoyed to have a bit of a yarn with here and there, and there are other people that you avoided like the plague.
I've only known 2 or 3 women with kids that lived on the Esplanade. They were there for a while actually, until they got emergency accommodation. And yeah, I haven't seen them for a couple of years now. But yeah, you do get them.
If you meet a homeless person, they're a person like you or me. The situation that they're in can mean that perhaps they're under a bit of pressure.
About 10% would want to be there. The rest are there under circumstances that something has happened to them in their life which has made them homeless.
Sometimes there are no other options. Sometimes the streets are the best option. Look, it's coming to the boil. I'm going to take it off now. Yep. Just bring a little bit more into. So I actually spent 6 months on the streets without being aware of what services were available.
Living at Bakita has meant a lot to me. It's helped me get back on my feet. A stable environment, a roof over my head until I got my stuff together. You get 2 meals a day, which are very nice cooked meals, and the accommodation was just real good too.
Paquita Centre was beginning of a big change for me. It provided me stability, and I hadn't had stability in a long, long time. And you've actually got people on your side, which is nice for a change, because sometimes you can feel that the world is against you, but here you definitely feel that there's a lot of support. But you've got to do something, you know. You can't just sit on your hands. You need to get out there and do something and start trying to improve your lot. And it's always good to give back and try and do something helpful.
Yeah, and they've put me through a tag and testing course, which I'm doing now. I've done a bit of work around, still chasing a bit more. I test all electrical appliances, mainly all 240. Render them safe and that if they are to use. So and hopefully I'm getting a lot more work out of it.
I've completed a course in accounting, which has found me work 1 day a week. I feel pretty good about where I'm at the moment. I'm making progress. I'm getting some money together. I'm moving on some further qualifications.
My biggest success, I feel now, that I've got my own roof over my head now, plus me licence back, and I'm slowly getting back into the workforce.
Homelessness can happen to anyone. People think that a homeless person is usually a person who's not capable of competing in the workforce or society.
I just go up and talk to them. They're only human beings. They're like you and me. They're pretty good. They'll talk to you and they'll tell you what it's all about.